Good morning. We are starting a new math unit. I'm really excited to share this one with you because I think it'll be lots of fun. We're going to start a unit on measuring. So I want you to pause my video for just a moment and I want you to think about what is measuring? What kind of things can you measure? What do you think that means to measure something? Okay, so go ahead and pause me and think about that. Okay. And then come on back. Are you back? Okay, hi. So what is measuring to you? Yeah, there's lots of ways that we measure things. And measuring is figuring out an amount of something. And it depends what we're measuring, how we measure. So it's figuring out the amount of something. So you might measure the length of something and you want to figure out how long is it. So how long is something? You might measure the weight of something and you're trying to figure out how heavy is it? How heavy is something? This is a big word that I'm going to teach you. Capacity. Can you say that word? Capacity. And that's like filling something up. So how much can it hold? You could use a cup or a pot. How much can it hold? Capacity. Time. You can measure time. How long did it take? Or how much time did it take to do something? And temperature. How hot or cold is it? These are all things that can be measured. Let's go through these again. Length, weight, capacity, how much can it hold? Time, temperature. We can measure all these different things. That's a lot, isn't it? There's so many things that we can measure in the world. So what I want you to do today is you're going to find this paper, okay? And it says at the top, what can you measure? And see, there's some pictures there. What can you measure? On this paper, I want you to draw pictures of things that can be measured. Okay? What kinds of things can you measure? And I want you to try and think about these different categories. I'll put this picture in the newsletter so you can look at it while you're working. And I want you to think about what are some things you can measure the length of? How about the weight? What would you measure the weight of? Capacity. Time. Temperature. So let me do an example. Maybe I'll do an example for each one for you. Okay? So maybe I won't draw the pictures, but I'll just think of them because it would take long for me to draw all those pictures. Length. I can measure the length of my foot. How long is my foot? Weight. Ooh, sometimes there's a special kind of dog food that I was giving Willow, and I had to measure it out in weight. I had to measure how much it weighed so I'd know how much food to give her each time. Capacity. How much can it hold? That's a good one. What could I measure the capacity of? I could measure the capacity of my mug here. How much tea can this mug hold? Time. Ooh, what would I want to measure with time? Oh, there is something that I measure with time. There's a trail by my house that's about a 3-mile trail, and I like to time myself and see how long it takes me to go on that hike. And then I try and get a little bit faster each time because that means that I'm getting a little bit more fit and maybe getting a little bit more exercise. So to keep challenging myself, I like to try and go a little bit faster every time. Temperature. How hot or cold is it? Something that I like to measure the temperature of is my bath. If I'm really cold, I like to take a warm bath to warm up. And before I get in the bath, I don't always measure it with a thermometer, but I feel it with my hand. I stick my hand in there to see, is the water too hot, too cold, or just right? The other thing that I measure with temperature that I like to tell the temperature of is the air outside. I love knowing what the temperature of the air is. I'm really interested in weather, so I really like to know what the temperature of the air outside is. So there's lots of things that you might measure the temperature of. You could think about cooking for that one too. Okay, so I want you on this paper to draw pictures of as many things as you can think of that we would measure. The length of, the weight of, the capacity of, measuring time or measuring temperature. Think about all those categories, and I'd like you to draw a picture of those for today. Then when you finish, I have a song for you. There's a song that I found, and it includes 4 of these different ways of measuring in the song. There's one that's missing. So I want you to watch that song, listen to the song, and see if you can be a detective and figure out which one of these is not included in the song. Okay, so that's your work for today. And tomorrow we'll do some more with measuring. It's so much fun. I am really, really super excited to do this with you. Okay. Have a fun time.